Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm DCSG81 and welcome to another toy review. Since this is not the usual superhero themes that we know, this review is not going to be the usual one as well. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that this review is not going to be the same, it is because I'm just going to review the King Shark only.
Very good.
Because I really like the figure. I have seen so many pictures and it just looks very nice. And the reason why I'm not going to review the 4 characters or the 4 figures here is because I'm not going to keep them because they are not really suitable for my collections. First of all, we know they are more towards the 7-inch scale.
So smart, me!
So far I have only gotten the Superman vs. the Devastator set. That is also because I would just like to get my hands on one just to review it and get a taste of how the McFarlane toys is. But who knows, I might even change my mind after I watch the Suicide Squad movie. Maybe by then I will review the 4 of them. So without further ado, let's get the King Shark out. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with the Polka-Dot Man because as you can see, he's the first one out of the 4 to build as he have the heads of the King Shark as well as part of the body. So let's take a look at it up close, and from here we can see that wow, this looks pretty good in a way that you can already see that there is no articulations on the mid-torso, there's only one on the waist, so there isn't going to be much articulations on the upper torso. Yep, but the face does looks okay. It's just that I think mine does have some minor issues on the left eyes, which doesn't seem to be painted properly. But worry not, he does have this goggle that he can actually wear and it will covers the eye, so there's no problem there. And there's some effects over here as well. Okay, and that's very simple, there's nothing much here. And from the back we can see this actual person pictures, it's not from the figure. And then we have the parts of the King Sharks that actually tells you which ones to go to where, okay, to build this guy here. And this King Shark that you can see here is not from the movie scenes, it's actually the figure itself. Wow, it just looks like it just popped out from the movie. And the second one we have is of the Bloodspot, yep, which is acted by Idris Elba if I'm not wrong. Yeah, let's take a closer look of it, and it does looks very cool, and a lot of people actually mistaken him for Deathstroke because of the blue and orange of the figure. Yeah, so it looks a bit like it, but it's not. I kind of like how the helmet actually have the something like a skull there. You can see the mouth area, it looks like the skeleton teeth. Yeah, this looks pretty good, and you can see it's also missing of the torso articulations over there, and he have both. I think this is the katanas. Yep, and the King Shark's body part is here. I believe these are the torso. And at the back we can see a pictures of the real person here. And it also says that this is the second portions of the King Sharks. Yep. And one thing that strikes me is that the pictures here shows that there is no orange or blue part as shown on the figure itself. So it's like it's not matching at all. And the third one we have the Peacemaker, and this is the exclusive one, which is the Peacemaker Unmasked. Even the Bloodspot does have an exclusive, which is also the unmasked version. And the reason why I've gotten the unmasked instead of the masked one is because the masked one has already been sold out, as I was told by the shop. Yep, so he have to give me the unmasked version, which is the exclusive version. But the King Shark parts is the same. The only difference is you can see John Cena face here.
His name is John Cena!
Yep, I must say is that the resemblance is not really there.
Looks nothing like me.
The entire costume just looks good, I must say. I kind of like the material that if you zoom in and see, you can really see there's some details there, looking pretty good. At the back, like I say, is also a black and white pictures of a real person of John Cena as the Peacemaker. And here it shows that he have both arms for the King Sharks. And the last one is none other than the Harley Quinn. Let's take a closer look, and I must say that I do have one with the great looking eyes. I think I have seen some collectors have received some not very good painted eyes, like crazy eyes and things like that, but mine just seems pretty okay. And I kind of like all the tattoos that she have. It's very clear and detailed, as you can see. Even on the legs there are some tattoos, and the wordings and the linings are pretty good. And she even have some tattoo on her right arms. Yep, so if you were to collect just one, I think the Harley Quinn is the best one amongst all. And at the back we can see the real pictures of Harley Quinn looking pretty cool there. It's just very unlike her because she's the playful one.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
And of course she comes with the last part of the King Shark, which is the lower portion of his body. Phew! Now I don't have to tell you that this King Shark is humongous and heavy. Okay, so wow, I have a hard time to build him just now. As you can see, my left arm is not fully recovered yet, so still don't have much energy. And to build him up, you will really have to have a lot of force to push in each part, especially the arms, as well as this is the most difficult parts that you need really to push in until you hear a click, and then it will actually stays. Okay, otherwise the head will keep coming out. But wow, this is a very solid build. Let's take a look at him. My goodness, he just looks extremely beautiful, as you can see. Wow, he's very nice. I love him. This is probably one of my best figure of the year, as you can see. Ooh, the pants is a soft, something like a soft rubber. Yep, and there's a movement on the leg, but isn't much. Yeah, because of the pants is quite hard for it to move, so don't expect any good movements on the lower body. Okay, but the hands, wow, just very nice. I was hoping they could actually give some, maybe some articulations on the fingers. Yeah, but it's not. Okay, but nevertheless, this is looking very nice. I'm very happy that I finally, you know, own him after all the pictures that I've seen. Wow, and here's the fin, and mine does have a little bit of paint chip, as you can see here. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's okay. Yep, so here is the back view. Whew, this is really nice. Wow, okay. Oh, it's really heavy. You know, after holding him for a while, I do feel soreness in my hands. It's kind of heavy. So let's take a look at his articulations. Okay, as always, we will start with the head. So he can actually, it's a something like a ball pack straight to the joints inside. Yep, so we can see that he can turn his head no problem there. Yeah, although there is quite tight, you can hear the sound. You can look down pretty much actually, as you can see, not too bad. Looking up, yeah, just like this. Yeah, so you can look down and look up, not too bad. Turning to the side, if you want him to look to the side, it got to be like this. Yeah, something like this. Or looking to the other side, yes, even better. He can do something like this. Yep. Okay, but there is a gap here, as you can see. Yep. So as for his hand, he can move 360 degrees, no issue. Of course, there's no bicep swivel. His arm can go up more than 90 degrees, not too bad. Yep. And there's a single joint elbow, yes, just like this. As for his hand, it can move down and move up. Yeah, there's even some ratchet sound if you can hear that. Yep. And there's two articulations over here. As we can see, this piece here is a separate piece just now, so he can turn a little bit. Yeah, don't turn too much because it might scrub off the paint as well. So even the lower body can be turned. Okay, and let's see how well he can bend forward. Not too much. Bending backwards, yeah, slightly better, but there'll be gaps here and there. As for his leg, so there's no much movement here because of his pants, but his feet can actually go down. Yeah, there's some ratchet sound as well, and going up rather tight. Yeah, side by side, yes, just, yeah, not too bad as well. And of course there's a toe hinge that works pretty well. Yep, in overall, this big guy does have some restrictions in the articulations. Oh, I almost forgot this very important one. His mouth can be opened up, but you need to have some force here. Yeah. And this cane shot does comes with an exclusive versions whereby it is one figure on its own. You don't have to build it up, and basically it's the very much the same figure except for a few things. The very first one is that figure will be having a bloodied mouth, okay, very bloodied one, and it does comes with two severe arms for something like he's beaten someone off, the severe arm. And also the body wise will be slightly how do I call it, dirty. Yeah, it's not as clean as this one. And also the pants will be a slightly different color compared to this one. Yeah, so if you don't want to get the full set, you can just get that one. Nom 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 nom. Okay, so for the size comparison, I'm going to compare him with some SH figuarts first. So I will try with something that is huge. So let's start off with some Dragon Ball characters. I have the base Broly over here, and I also have the full powered Broly. And still on the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line, I would like to compare with this Fat Buu, yeah, which is pretty big, but he seems like he's small compared to this big guy here. As well as this Evil Buu, which is also supposed to be a very tall figure, but he seems like a midget compared to him. Right up next, still on the SH Figuarts, I'd like to move on to some Avengers. I have the Star-Lord here. This is a regular size man, so that you guys can see how big it is. As well as the Infinity War Hulk, which is still small as compared to him. Still on the SH Figuarts, the Avengers line, I have the Hulk from the Avengers Assemble versions, as well as the Thanos from the Avengers Endgame. Next, I will move on to some Marvel Legends. I have the Monster Venom here. Wow, this looks very small compared to this guy. And also Kingpin. Still on the Marvel Legends, I'll compare him with Thanos from the 2-pack that I have recently reviewed, as well as this huge guy, the Ironmonger, okay, which is about the same scale as this guy. And I almost forgot that I have this SH Figuarts Harley Quinn. Yeah, this is from the first Suicide Squad. And also this Mayfax Day Shot, which is also from the very first Suicide Squad movie. And still on Mayfax, I will compare him with the Flash, okay, from the movie. And I know a lot of you guys actually want Mayfax to mix the comics version of him. Somehow they are not doing that yet. And also this Mesco Deathstroke, which is one of my favorite figure. And next I would like to compare him with the McFarlane Toys Superman. Okay, this is from the same company, together with the Devastator, which is a 2-pack with this Superman. And last but not least, I would like to compare with this Figma Hulk, which I think is quite an underrated figure because it's looking very good, as well as this Storm collectible Zangief from the Street Fighter, which I used to think that he's quite a big guy, but this King Shark is like the next level in terms of the big size. Okay, so my final verdict for this King Shark is going to be a perfect 10. Yes, that's how much I love about this figure. So let's start with what I like most about this figure. The overall aesthetic, it just looks very good. Wow, this is like coming out from the movie, and the details are rather good as well. You can see all the fins, the body has some has some scratches of him. Yeah, it doesn't look like completely clean, and the pants just looks good, just that is in rubber. As for the articulation, like I say, it is quite limited in a way, but I think for this big guy here, I think it's still fine. And for what I don't like about it is that I do think that they need to give some articulations to his hands in terms of the fingers. He can move around. So in conclusion, I do recommend you to grab the entire set to build this King Shark if you are a big fan of the Suicide Squad movie. So right now, I would love to hear from you. What's your thought about this big guy King Shark here? Do drop me your thoughts down in the comment sections below. So hit the thumbs up button if you like this review, and do consider subscribing to my channel. I have new video up almost every single day, and I'll catch you again in my next video. As always, stay safe, take care, and thank you for watching. And also the evil boo.